the old Grunwald Shroudfall. There's a bug right now. You can actually enter it from right here. You don't have to be right up on it. So, you're about to enter a PvP zone. Are you sure you want to go? Onward! See if anybody's camping the spawn in. That's one problem right now the devs are seeking a solution for, is that you always spawn into the same point when you load into the zone. So they're working on a system to stop you from just getting instantly killed the moment you arrive. Obviously that would be something of concern, but yeah. Oh, yep, looks like it's pretty active. Somebody's fire elemental. And we already got some battles going on. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a plant. I need to not be doing that. Alright, we got this guy's jumping in on an honorable battle, so let's blast him out of it. Oh man, an 88 damage death field on him too. Let's see how this goes. May go poorly. Get the stun off. Oh, I'm done for. I'm done for. Alright. So yeah, we got a pretty good amount of people here. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. 9 people in the zone right now. So this is fun. And here's the respawn point right here. So it looks like people are being at least honorable enough to not kill people right as they respawn. Let's see what the death counts are getting up to. Alright, so respawn time, it's just about like a minute, and then once you respawn you get a 2-minute debuff that drastically reduces your stats. So after I respawn and get that debuff, going to need to try to avoid combat for a little while. So this big cluster of people that's going on over there, we're going to try to stay away from that. As soon as I respawn, which is right now. Okay, so let's get out of combat. Let's go hide behind this rock over here. Well, looks like we do have some people camping respawn point. Alright. Do I have a... I think I have healing touch. I do have healing touch, there we go. Get myself topped off to max real fast. Alright, and we're waiting out this debuff timer. It's a minute 25 left on it. Here's somebody else who's got one. Lord Rixus has got a debuff. Alright, we got about just under a minute. The good news, that debuff, I believe the time on it is going to be reduced. But what it does is it allows me to sit back and fully regenerate my focus, and, you know, I can start stacking up abilities now while I'm waiting to get into combat. Okay, Chain Lightning is a nice hard-hitting ability. I've had Chain Lightning hit for as much as 280, which would be enough damage to one-shot me. And I'm not particularly high level, so it's likely that I'm going to see several more deaths. Alright, we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're good to go. Let's see if I can get this guy. Oh, he already died. Catch him with the chain lightning. Here we go. Might be able to finish him off. Get a death field cast. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that counted as mine, but we can hope. Okay, we gotta get out of this. This is gonna be too rough for me. So let's back out a little bit. Getting slapped. Okay, should be out of line of sight now. Get my intelligence buff up. Stack these. Uh-oh. Nah, he got me. He came around and got me. Lightning Bolt is a pretty strong ability right now because it applies, it's got a mini stun attached to it. So that's actually the build I'm running with right now. I've got Air Magic and Death Magic. Death Magic is like self-healing and it deals pretty good damage. And then Air Magic is, it's direct damage stuff. It's also got stuns attached to it. Lightning Bolt, Chain Lightning. I should be running Gust. I should be running Gust of Wind right now, but I'm not. Let me see if I can... yeah, I can put it in one like this. Okay, so let's throw some gusts in there. And Death Ray has too much of a cast time, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out. And we're done. Okay, should be respawning soon. I got some damaged gear, so I'm going to have to go back to town and repair soon. I forgot to stock up on repair kits before I came, so... Okay, so we got representatives from BMC. Oh, not wanting to let me heal up. Okay. Quite a clusterfuck up there, so... Trying to wait out my debuff before I get back into the action. Debuff has about 15 seconds left. Sorry, 20 seconds left. Alright, we need to hit somebody with this lightning stack before he drops. Let's see if I can catch him with this. No. Okay, gotta get him off me. We got each other with Gust. Let's see if we can do it again. Uh-oh. You may get me. Got him fascinated. There we go. But I think we're going to die. Yeah, I'm going to die to his dot. There we go. That fascinate. Oh, thank you. What's up, bangers? Right now, I'm only level 50 at the moment. We got some people out here like level 80 and 90. So I'm still I'm able to hold my own a little bit. Like in a one-on-one battle against somebody who's good, I don't have a chance really. They just have too many more skill points than I do. But there are some people out here who are just out here for the fun of it. Like let's pull up these stats real fast. I'm probably the most deaths right. Nope, tied for the most deaths, and I have no killing blows yet. But like Hookliner and Seth, these guys they're pretty high level. So. So, oh, the game sound. I have that turned down a little low right now because it gets a little bit spammy when you're in the middle of combat, but here you go, I'll turn it up a little bit. Yeah, you can hear those gusts of wind just going off constantly in the background, so. Let's get myself healed up to full. Gotcha. Right now, in this stage of the alpha, PvP is not complete yet. What's going to happen in these Shroudfall zones? These Shroudfall zones are mostly going to be open loot. Like, if I'm in here and I die, people can just openly loot my corpse. So you're not going to see a lot of free-for-all happening in a place like this. You're going to see a lot of, bigger groups teaming up. Another reason to come out to these Shroudfalls right now is because the extra amount of resources that you have out here. Like, so that acts as bait for people who are here for PvE. This guy wants to cause some problems. Yep, sure does. Okay, I still have this debuff, so I'm probably going to get rocked. Oh, he's got me confused. I gotta run backwards now. Ah, he got me again. Yeah, so when you respawn, you have a debuff for a while. It reduces all your stats by 20, so that puts my intelligence at 11, my dex at 2, and my strength at 5. So you got to try to avoid combat, wait out that debuff timer. So I guess what I should do is just sit here right at the spawn until that debuff is gone, because it looks like people aren't directly fighting people right at the spawn in. Yeah, so you can also, there's a PvP flag you can disable, and if you disable that flag, you can actually PvP in any zone of the game. Only these zones are going to be the open loot zones, but if you go into, say, an adventure scene, oh yeah, I could get resurrected, yeah. Live players can't see my ghost, but they can cast resurrect on my corpse. But yeah, if you kill somebody out in an adventure zone who has their PvP flag on, for example, all of the stuff they looted while they were in that zone, it drops on their corpse. So like if they've been in that zone farming for half an hour, Yeah, live players can't see your ghost. You can be resurrected. You have to spec into the skill. It's pretty far down in the life tree. It's the bottom of the life tree. It's top tier. So, but yeah, live players cannot see your ghost. Not currently. They may be able to when the game launches. There may be a skill that allows for that, but right now you can't. Level progression right now is a mix between actual levels and skill. What happens is when you level up, you get skill points, and you get a very small boost to some of your stats at some levels, but not all of them. It's not the typical, you know, just use skills until they're maxed out that you would see in Ultima, which I personally think is a good thing because that encourages you to just sit in one spot doing the same thing for hours and hours and hours before you'd want to go out and do anything else. So with the system as it is right now, you can actually go out and you can start adventuring, you can start, you know, gathering resources to craft better gear, you can, you know, actually play the game instead of having to macro train or sit in one spot for a long period of time. So, oh, another thing, adventuring skills and crafting skills are separate. You have a producer level and you have an adventurer level. So everybody in the game can be a crafter as well. It's not like you have to make a completely separate character to be your mule anymore. Mining, it's not like, you know, walk up and just hit a rock and get ore. You actually have to find nodes. Currently, that's subject to change, though. Again, this is really, really early in the alpha. It's not even the alpha yet, it's the pre-alpha, so that may change. But as of right now, you would see like a copper node somewhere, and you would just go mine that copper node. I'll try to find one to show you real fast. These plants, by the way, they spit acid, and they will really fuck you up, so another thing you gotta watch out for in these zones. Oh, what do we got here? That's Gust of Windham. Run away! They're not chasing. Okay, so it looks like people have spread out throughout the zone now. Oh, here we go. I think this is the same person that's wrecked my day like 6 times already. But let's give it a try. Yep, sure is. Oh, we got a stealther. No! Ah, I got wrecked again. Yeah, you can stealth. I'm not spec'd for the stealth skill right now, but that guy actually was using it. It's, you can see his weapon, you can see the light floating above him, so he's kind of giving away his own location, but, right now it's basically just a form of invisibility. People can still target you when you're stealth, but you have to be close enough to them to be able to target them, and they have to be in your front arc. Otherwise, you might know where they are, but you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So, and stealth is actually fairly easy to access. It's in the Moon Magic Tree, and it's Shadow Form right here. That's only a 3rd tier ability, so it's you could spend like 30 points in the tree and be able to get your stealth ability. Okay, looks like we do have some people grouping up too, and I'm here solo and low level, so. How many people are we up to in the zone now? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11. 11 people, so we got 2 more. 2 more joining the fray. It looks like we have quite a few people using air magic. I'm not the only one using it. And that guy's using water magic too, I think that's what keeps hitting me. And I had somebody hit me with confusion as well. That's a kind of really disorienting because it makes you like you have to walk in the opposite direction to move where you want to go. So yeah, I got my chest armor broken, so let's repair that a little bit. Repairing right now is not in its finished state yet. It's very much a work in progress. You can only currently repair with if you're far away from your corpse as a ghost and you get rezzed, what happens is they cast the resurrect spell on your corpse, so you just go back to where your corpse was. Stealing probably won't be in the game until the first DLC comes out. It's what they're calling Episode 2. It's something they very much want to be present, but they're trying to find ways to go about making stealing that isn't just something that you're using to grief other players. They want it to actually be meaningful in other ways as well. So there's a lot of debate going on right now on how they're going to pull off stealing. It's not been something that's finalized yet. Let's see. Am I still doing? Yeah, I'm doing the worst still. I figured. It being only level 50, that's pretty much what I assumed is going to happen. But this is still good fun, though. It's, you know, just watching the battles happen. And the honor system, too. Like, when I posted this event on the Shroud of the Avatar forums, I said there's only one rule: please don't camp the spawn-in area. And it looks like everybody's doing a really good job not camping the spawn-in area. So What I should have done before I came out here is I should have spec'd for a stealth ability. That would have been the smart thing to do. We got this plant shooting at someone. And there's a bug that I have to report too. I can hear the... Oh, so stealing. It's not something that's currently in the game yet. It may not even make it in for episode 1 of the game. It'll probably be in episode 2 though. They're trying to figure out the best way to go about making a system for stealing that isn't simply used to grief other players. So let's see what's going on over here. Chain lightning. Lightning bolt. He got me with gust. No bueno. Stack those up. I'm stunned. I'm all kinds of stunned. Let's see. Nope. Not gonna get that off. Lightning bolt. Ah, there we go. Dead again. Yeah, it's gonna continue happening. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spectate while I'm dead. See which people are grouping up and which aren't. So it looks like Seth was grouping up with... Can't see player names while I'm dead. So, guy in the... That looks like a sigil cloak of sorts. Yeah. Seth is grouping up with the guy in the sigil cloak. Maybe. Looks like they are, yeah. Let's see if we can find some other groups of players. I noticed nobody's, Oh, targeting? Currently it's the tab targeting system. There's not a whole lot of skill-based targeting yet. What the heck is going on with that guy's head? There are some AoEs, like I have Mesmerize, which it mesmerizes up to 3 people in an AoE that I actually have to, I click the ability and I click on the ground to target where I want it to go. But for the most part, currently it's tab targeting. And you'll notice that, like, when I have my combat bar up, abilities are cycling through kind of randomly, or some of them. The first 6 are, the last 4 are locked. I actually set that up on purpose on my deck. I run 25 glyphs in my deck. That's my, I have 5 glyphs each of the 5 attacks that I use. And then down here I have, like, my 2 defensive abilities. I have an intelligence buff and I have Mesmerize, my Dazzling Rays. I have those locked on the bar, so if they have a cooldown, but they're, it's available, so I can use it if I need to. Looks like, man, we're all getting... Yeah, Seth and Jacob, I think, are actually teaming up. They appear to be kind of dominating. Forget how to get back to saying, so let's click the plus button over here. Looks like somebody's getting shot at by this plant too. That's one thing you got to be careful about these Shardfall zones. You could be out here, these plants actually drop decent loot as well. They drop like animal parts, and the important one is fat. You need animal fat because you use that to make one of the more advanced tiers of cloth. You also use it for hardened leather, which is used in a bunch of recipes as well. So fighting the spawns, these aren't the only things that are going to spawn. There's also obsidian golems, which currently don't drop anything. They will eventually, but not right now. And there's going to be more mobs than this here too. Like some of the best creatures in the game to hunt and kill are going to be found in Shardfall zones. So, player housing, I have indeed. In fact, here in about half an hour to an hour, I'm going to go back to my house. I have currently for alpha testing only. You have the ability to teleport to other players. You have the ability to teleport to your home as well. But that's not going to be in the game at launch. Fast travel will be in some form. We're not sure how it's going to work yet, but I have indeed messed with housing. It's already pretty robust, the housing system. They need to add more kinds of houses. What do we got here? Just trying to send gusts of wind out at people. Stand in the middle and indiscriminately cast Death Field. Glinda the Good Witch. This guy got me the other day, so... Oh, that looked like I hurt. Got one. Here, have a chain lightning. Alright, Death Field. Looks like I got that one. And now I'm under attack. Yeah, this is the same two that are grouped up, I believe. Yep. Seth and Jacob, they are indeed grouped up. Let's drop a defensive. It's not going to mitigate magic damage very much, but yeah, it helped a little bit there. We know for sure you're not just going to be able to mark any location in the game you want and recall to that location. They are limiting the amount of fast travel, and they're doing this. They have a good reason for doing that. It sounds just irritating at first, but they have a what's called a dual scale map. So like when I leave this zone, what's going to happen is I'm on an overworld map. Think like Final Fantasy, like you know, when you're walking between towns in Final Fantasy or something like that. It's you know, you could be traveling like 40 miles and it only take you like 5-6 minutes because it's yeah. You can blink currently, you can go invisible, and currently gate travel is not slotted to be in the game. There are lunar rifts that you can use for quick teleportation, but they're not a system that's fully fleshed out yet. So for now we have zoning though, we can just zone to and from other players. But yeah, you can blink, you can go invisible, those are two things that are already in the game. Blink is actually an air ability, so the same tree that I'm getting my lightning spells from, I can get blink from. And what it does is, like, whatever direction you're walking, you just teleport in that direction. Yeah, oops. Yeah, these guys won't be able to target in these heals right now, so... because we're all considered hostile to each other. I'm getting there. Actually, I only started playing like a week ago. I've been lurking in the community for, you know, basically since the community got started. But yeah, this is my event. I did start this event. I kind of orchestrated it anyways. I instigated everybody coming here and murdering each other, so... yeah, there's a lot of community-run events right now. There's a lot of room for more community-run events as well. So, if you were to get in the game, there's a place you can post on the forums if you want to do an event like this. They recommend you post at least like a day or two in advance. Oh, what do we got here? Veronica came. That's funny. She's not wearing any armor. At the moment, to get into early release, you have to... It's basically like a founder's package. It's going to be $15 cheaper than the game will be when it launches. When it launches, it's going to be a $60 title, and there'll never be a subscription fee. But so once you buy it, it's like Guild Wars. Once you buy it, you have it forever. But the current minimum pledge for being able to get into the early release is $45. If you're not a fan of beta testing, like if you don't want to play a game that has a lot of bugs and incomplete features, I would still recommend go ahead and get your pledge, because that's going to save you money for when the game launches. You still get the full game for $45 instead of for $60. So, but if you do enjoy beta testing, which I very much do, once you do that $45 pledge, you can get into the game right now. I'm out of repair kits. This is no good. What else broken? My legs. My chest are broken. My hat's on the verge. My cloak's breaking. My weapon's getting low. And my shield's getting low. So once all my gear breaks, I'm pretty much going to go back to town repair and then come back out. Orpheum. Oh, I know for a fact he's low level too. He just started. Yeah, I stream, my regular stream schedule for this game is going to be Mondays and Thursdays, starting anywhere between 7 and 8 o'clock. And, I share as much information as I can when I'm streaming. Like, everything I know about the game currently, I will share it. Oh, we got a stealther guy. He got me with... Oh, man, that lightning bolt hurt. Sorry, guys. I gotta heal, so... Having a death field, indiscriminately again. Ooh, that looked like it felt good. Yeah, currently death magic is a little bit unbalanced in the fact that it heals you for 100% of the damage it does. And not only that, there's a passive you can get in it that makes it hit quite hard. I've had death field hit for over 200 damage so far. To put that in perspective, I've got like 230 health. So... I'm just shooting people at random. Let's just start dropping chain lightning on people. I'm out of focus. Haven't been stacking at all. Just a big ball of death right here. Everybody just killing each other. Teams, what are those? I'm just dropping chain lightning and death field on everybody right now. Vassal poor indeed. Actually, earthquake is in the game. Right now, it's there's a bug with it. So normally I would be using my normal build is death and earth. I actually prefer that over death and air. But at the moment, I can't really use earthquake because it's bugged out. So I'm just gonna knock this guy back and run out of combat real fast. Getting low on focus. So. Your focus regeneration, when you put your weapon away and get out of combat, your focus, that's my my blue bar up here, like what you'd probably see as a mana bar, that regenerates faster when you're not in combat, so. Oh, Investpor, sorry, Vassorpor, but that one was, wasn't that Chain Lightning? I haven't played UO for like 5 years, so. I haven't played UO since last time I ran a free shard. I ran a free shard for like a decade. Let's see. Yeah, Earthquake in the game. There are summons in the game right now, and they are planned to be very powerful abilities. Right now, they just don't do much. So, okay. Oh, you want to beat on the bystanders, huh? Get him! Man, this guy's just destroying everything that moves. Lots of death and air magic flying around. He's using close to the same build I am. Got a death field on him. Basically, we're playing the who's going to run out of focus first game, and the answer to that one is me, because I'm lower level and I don't have as much focus as he does. Interrupted. Ah! He got me. So, right now it's, the The hotkey system is very reminiscent of what you would see in like EverQuest 2, World of Warcraft, you know, big name MMOs like that. It's just 1 through 0 for the moment on that action bar. You can change those to whatever you feel like changing them to. Like if I've got a few mouse buttons, so I could change my 0 ability. I'll probably do that actually. I should do that right now. I'll change my 0 key to use one of my thumb buttons. But here's the controls menu. There's a lot of like quick cast abilities as well, so you don't have to keep like retargeting some abilities. Oh, there's also deck swapping. You can have 2 active decks, and when you swap your deck, you lose 50% of your focus. But you could go from like if you have a melee mage deck and then a ranged mage deck, you could swap between those. Or if you had like oh, when you swap decks, you also swap equipment sets. So if you had like enough skill points that you had an archery and then a blade build, you could just click X and boom, you swap between them. I only use 1 deck right now because I don't have enough skill points to justify 2. But yeah, all the hotkeys are right here. Discarding, that's here we go. Okay, I'll have to update my driver for that. But discarding, like, you can discard cards and just drop them out if you don't want to use it right now, and it'll draw something else in its place. I was a little bit uneasy about the deck system at first, I'm not going to lie, but after having actually played with it, I really do enjoy it. It's actually, it adds a different dynamic to combat. It makes it feel more fast-paced. And I upgraded my draw speed now, so I'll draw new cards faster so I can stack stuff up quicker. When you stack abilities like this, it makes their focus cost cheaper, and it also makes them slightly more effective. So, here. I'll show you. The regular cost of lightning is 16.8, a double stack is only 11.8, and a triple stack is 5.6, so that's significantly less focus. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. Sorry, guys. The hotkey you use to quickly stack, you hit R and then you click the 2 numbers. Fizzled. That fizzle chance is because I am not carrying spell reagents. If I were carrying spell reagents, I would have a 100% cast chance for those because I'm wearing cloth right now. If you're wearing plate, leather, or chain, you have a slightly higher fizzle chance. The tier is like, it's cloth is 0, leather's a little bit of fizzle chance, chain is more, and then plate is the most. Cloth and leather armor count as light armor, chain and plate count as heavy, and they have their own skill trees as well. My items right now in PvP, most of the focus at the moment is on character level. The items do matter, don't get me wrong, but what the problem is, most of the damage coming out right now is magic damage, and you can't do anything to resist that right now with your gear, currently. The enchantment system is going to change that. You'll be able to put weapon-socketed gems in your gear, or I'm sorry, armor-socketed gems in your gear, and they can increase your resistances, they can increase your health, they'll have a bunch of different effects they do. But that system is not finished out yet. Currently we only have weapon gems, and we only have 2 weapon gems. We have a sapphire, which adds air damage, lightning, and we have a ruby, which adds fire damage. The flaming effect you're seeing on my mace, it looks like I'm carrying around a torch. It's because I have a ruby socketed into my mace that I crafted. And currently this is one of the, in my opinion, the best mace that you can craft in the game. You craft it with hardened maple handle and a bronze mace head. The hard maple handle is the one that gives that 20% base damage bonus, and the bronze mace head is the one that gives it 20% attack speed. And then the 10% fire damage on top of that, that's because of the gem. So, I don't currently have any other crafted gear right now. I'm just using, you know, I've got the Founder's Cloth stuff at the moment because it's a little bit, it needs a nerf. For PvE anyways, it doesn't really matter in PvP, but I could make cloth armor that gives me bonus to magic damage and bonus intelligence, and that would actually make a big difference in PvP. So, let's see, what's the body count up to? We've had 1, 2, 4, 10, 19, 26, 29, 34, 35, 37, 42 deaths so far. This has been pretty fun. So, and we may have had people come in or out that have died, and I'm not seeing their death count now. Currently, the mace I've got, it's pretty much at vanquishing level. Yeah, it'd be like a vank mace, basically. This is what a top tier crafted item is going to look like. The only difference being, I'll have more choice of weapon gems to put in it. I won't just be limited to fire and air damage. There'll be more gems that I can put in there. So, yeah, that's imagine if you could get a I don't know, vanquishing weapon plus something that made it just slightly better. That would be what my mace is right now. And I have a set of plate at my house. It gives a bonus to strength and intelligence. I'm not using it in this build because I use a lot of spells that have high fizzle chance, and if you're wearing plate, I'm basically only going to get the cast off half the time. And not only that, I mean, I don't have anything that's mitigating incoming magic damage yet, so... looks like people are just going to PvP right here at the spawn. Screw it. Ooh, that attack speed is messing me up. Guy's weapon is hitting pretty hard. Dexers are a thing. They are in need of a buff right now. It's not currently what I consider a viable playstyle. This guy's got another guy hitting me right now. But it is a thing. It does. It will happen. It will be better than it is currently. But right now, it's just not very good. Get a death field off. There we go. Got him. Nice. Let's see if I can get this guy. I don't have the focus to get this guy, I don't think. No, I'm getting death magicked from afar. Okay. Oh, no one's looting right now because nobody's dropping loot right now. Right now, there's no open loot in the zone. That'll be coming in probably the end of May is when that's going to be coming. Oh, I was out of combat for a moment. Oh, not him. I got interrupted, and I'm dead again. So yeah, as I said, nobody's looting right now because you don't have the ability to loot players yet. That's coming in, we're on release 16 right now. It should be coming in release 17 or 18. Probably, well, I'm sorry, 18 or 19. So it'll be either the end of May or the end of June. Exciting stuff in release 19 as well. We're getting animal taming. We're getting new cooking and alchemy recipes. Release 18, we're getting new blacksmithing recipes and such. Oh yeah, it's death magic. Honestly, is what it is. Death magic. It's a little bit imbalanced right now. So like I could hit somebody with a death touch, which is an instant casting ability that doesn't trigger a long global cooldown. And if I hit him for 50 damage, I heal for 50 health. So yeah. Yeah, some real exciting stuff coming up in the next few releases. There's one release a month, roughly. That's the typical schedule anyways. We get one new release every month. So you could play for like, you know, a week or two, enjoy the content, and then a couple weeks later, new content comes out. Right now, respecking is incredibly simple. I could just walk up to the trainer and unlearn all my abilities and just reassign my points. It costs a little bit of gold. It's not that expensive, and that is not how it's going to be when the game launches. Respecking is going to be a lot more difficult when the game launches. We got people camping spawn again. Okay. No, there's no kind of penalties right now. There's no rolling involved in respecking. It's literally just, you know, you unlearn whatever points you have spent and you put them in a new tree. And again, what's going to happen in the future is you're going to have to go to your trainer, and only certain trainers are going to be able to train high tier abilities, so you have to find where they're at in the world and go train at them. And then when you train a new ability, it takes a certain amount of real time for it to become available for use. So like a tier 1 ability might be ready after 5 minutes, but a tier 5 ability might take a few hours before you can use it. So respecking, you'll have to make some serious decisions about It's a time investment. It's not as easy as just, you know, spend the points here and then go somewhere else and spend the points here. It's going to take you the better part of a day to respec completely once the game goes live. That's not how it is currently. For testing, they're letting people respec quickly and cheaply because they want people to be able to test out different builds, different skills. But yeah, that is their current announced goal. That could also change. It's all subject to change. There is in-game chat, but it is like Ultima was. It's basically there's no in-game voice chat. It's just text, like the text showing up over your head, and then people close enough can see it. And then you have your chat window as well. But what's up? Oh, they're playing with it. Gotcha.
I don't want them. They're rough.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
toddlers.
Got my nephews over right now. They're getting pretty rough with the keyboard in the living room, so. Okay. In-game chat looks a lot like this. See how it popped up over my head like that? These guys over here won't be able to see that. Yeah, I've got 3 nephews so far. My brother's got 2 kids, my sister has a kid, and I got one of my own. He lives with his mom up in North Carolina. I live in Florida. So I see him several times a year, though. So. Oh, your uncle and you played Ultima Online? That's cool. I played UO with my older brother and with my best friend when I was in elementary school and his dad. And the first thing I ever made in UO was a blacksmith. My free shard, I don't know if you're familiar with it. We had 2 versions of it. I ran the non-roleplay free shard. It was the Genesis shard, and then I passed over the reins on that one when I left about 5 years ago. And then there was also a roleplay version of the Genesis shard as well. Oh, I have my nameplates off. There we go. I may die to this fire arrow debuff. I think I got... What else hit me? Because fire arrow doesn't do that much straight up damage. When I played live, I played on Great Lakes. I played on Great Lakes for a long time. This guy's upset. Let's see why he's upset. Linda the Good Witch has only accomplished 4 deaths so far. So, yeah, looks like BMC guys are indeed grouped up. All right. Oh, the Lord title. Okay, so it's not been announced how you get the Lord title yet. There are a lot of titles that are associated with your pledge tier. For example, the intro level pledge tier is going to get you the Benefactor title. There is a Lord pledge tier, but that pledge tier actually gets the title of Baron instead of Lord. So we're not sure how Lord is going to work, or if there's going to be an evil equivalent, you know, Dreadlord. Right now, there's no fame karma system. What there is there's a virtue system. It's based off the 3 original principles from Ultima. Sorry, truth, love, and courage. Yeah, yep, we got somebody following me. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, Seth followed me. Dude hurts. Here, Let's try to line of sight him a little bit. He got me with Gust. It's game over. Game over. I got a death field off, though. Another death field off. He stunned me out of... No, it still got off. Okay. Oh, that hurt. Whew. Close fight. Oh, he got me. See, that's what happens with death magic. You just rubber band back and forth. Like, you saw him get about half health, and then I get, you know, close to full, and then I drop under half health again, and go back up, and... Until death magic gets nerfed, which eventually it will. Right now, the development team is so busy making the core features of the game, things like, well, I'll show you. Chaos basically only has 2 abilities right now. It's completely unfinished. The light armor tree, oh yeah, focus is very important. There's actually a focus tree right here. You can spec, this one gives you increased focus by itself. This one here gives you increased intelligence. You can train these 2 up to very high ranks. And then you've got things like reduced fizzle chance, you've got reduced glyph focus cost, which is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important skills in the game. You've got the quick swapping here, so if you have to swap decks, if you are using that, this would completely get rid of the focus cost for swapping when you spec into that. These 2, this increases your discard speed, which I don't want faster than that, and this increases your draw speed. So you see how quickly my draws are going. Excuse me, my draws are going off. This one here lets you lock additional glyphs. I only need to use 4, so I've only got that leveled up to 4. Yeah, if you don't like using the random cycling deck, you can actually use an entirely locked glyph bar. You don't have to use the random cycling one. Okay, so the numbers to the right. These are the points that I've spent already, yes. So, I do have some stuff in combat. I use a shield, so I've got stuff in the shield, so I get the extra damage resistance. I use light armor, so I have the extra move speed from light armor, the extra attack speed, and then more resistance. These intro tier abilities, I took them because I have to. I don't really use them. I just wanted the passives in these trees. Tactics is important for everybody. I've got, you know, reduces the durability damage to weapons and armor. I've got a defensive stance that I use, and then dexterity and strength bonus, carry weight, and health. In addition, there's more stances as well. These are this is a defensive stance. Here's a passive one. It increases your focus regen at the expense of damage resistance, attack speed, movement speed, and your fizzle chance is greatly increasable in it. So what that is, think meditation from UO. When you turn this on, you would sit out of combat and you would just get your focus back up to full. The problem is you don't currently have a way to turn a stance off except for to wait out the buff timer, and the buff lasts for about a minute. That's why I don't currently use Berserker Stance. If I had the ability to toggle this on and off, it is an incredibly strong stance. It makes you attack very quickly. It's plus 30 to your strength, and that's more strength than I have right now total. So, but you can't turn it off, and it constantly drains out your health and focus when it's on. So if I had the ability to toggle that, you know, hit a little bit and run away, then, or hit a little bit and then turn it off, I would use that. But currently it's not worth using because it'll basically kill you. Not to mention, you become all auto attacks with that. So, but yeah, it's a really strong stance, except for the penalty for having it on. But yeah, you've got you know, blades, bludgeoning, pole arms. Those are the 3 kinds of melee weapons. My opinion, blades are the more damage focused one. Although at the moment, bludgeoning actually has better damage potential if you're using a 2-handed bludgeoning weapon, and that's because of the extra strength scaling on the weapon damage. But polearms, this is where it's at for tanks. There are one-handed polearms. You can use a spear and a shield. You know, I'm not sure. I think it's, I don't remember offhand. I think it's over 700. The current, like, quote-unquote level cap, because there's not going to be a full level cap when the game launches, is 100. What'll happen after level 100 is the XP scaling per level gets so high that it becomes very difficult to continue gaining levels after that. But I think he had somewhere just over 800 skill points. That's Themolock. He's pretty popular in the community. I think all my gear's broken. Close to it. My hat and my boots and my gloves still have some durability. Oh man, this is going to be ungodly expensive to repair. The weapon alone is going to be expensive. But yeah, you get quite a lot of skill points. So what's going to happen with most of them after, like, I've got my core abilities now, so all of my skill points are going into things like improving my dexterity, improving my intelligence, improving my health. I've got, like, oh, and I spec'd into Earth for these passives. You get extra strength and damage resistance, you get extra damage resistance and avoidance, and those are very important stats right now. So, but yeah, once you've got your core abilities, it's pretty much all just going to improving your stats. Stats translate to a direct combat performance increase, so like me being level 50, if I'm fighting somebody who's level 80, they just have higher stats than I do. It's not exponential like you would see in World of Warcraft. It's more like along the lines of they might have like maybe 50% more stats than I do. And that's not health either. They might have like an extra maybe 50 to 100 hit points, but it's not enough to make it impossible to fight them. So